Not my decision to sit out. Two small sentences that landed like a mic drop in the Browns locker room and then went viral. Shedeur Sanders, a rookie QB with a bright pedigree and a louder public expectation, was inactive for Cleveland's 32-13 loss to the New England Patriots, and he didn't hide his frustration about who made that call. Newsweek. Here's the clean play-by-play of what happened. Sanders was added to the injury report with a back issue. The Browns put him through a short pregame warm-up on Sunday, and then the team declared him inactive, elevating Bailey Zappe from the practice squad to be the number 2 QB behind starter Dillon Gabriel. Gabriel started, struggled at times, and Cleveland fell 32-13 in Foxborough. The result left questions about medical transparency, about quarterback evaluation, and about how a franchise manages a highly scrutinized rookie in the heat of a losing stretch. ESPN.com, Sanders didn't mince words in the locker room afterward. Per reports, he told reporters it wasn't my decision to sit out, and added with the kind of confidence that will either calm or rile fans, "I guarantee I'm going to be good." Those lines read like both defiance and a promise, an insistence that the player who's carried college acclaim into franchise-level expectations still believes in his body and his timeline. That alone is a storyline. Newsweek coach Kevin Stefanski handled it the way coaches usually do in these moments, firm and circumspect. Stefanski said the team didn't feel Sanders was ready to play after evaluating him during the pregame routine, noting the backup's back injury and that the club opted for caution. The coach emphasized progress. He's getting better every day, but also drew a line. Medical clearance and readiness come from the staff, not social media. That friction, player certainty versus organizational prudence, is exactly what fuels headlines. Dog Pound Daily, on the field, the Browns' offense never found consistent rhythm. Dillon Gabriel finished 21 of 35 for 156 yards, 2 TDs, and 2 interceptions, a stat line that reads like effort without electricity, while New England's Drake May took over in the second half to lead the Patriots to the win. The score and the tape both suggested that Cleveland's issues were structural. When your rookie passer is sidelined and your starter can't sustain drives, the result is predictable. Reuters. The optics make the situation feel stranger. Sanders participated in a limited 15-minute workout before the game, reportedly throwing only short and intermediate passes, and observers who saw the warm-up felt he looked fine in movement. That's a tough place for a coaching staff to be. Do you trust a player's visible mobility in a controlled setting, or do you honor the medical caution that says a back tweak can turn bad in a flash? The Browns chose the latter on Sunday night. Newsweek. There's also the roster reality. Bailey Zappe was available and active, which gave the Browns a veteran contingency plan. But the QB room now reads like a three-way public conversation about competence, patience, and optics. Gabriel gets the starts and the coach's backing for now. Zappe is a short-term safety valve. Sanders, the rookie narrative piece, is stuck on the sideline with an outspoken grievance. That triangle is combustible in a market like Cleveland, where fan expectations meet media pressure every single day. CBS News. What does this mean for the franchise short term? First, the Browns have a bye week coming up, a built-in pause to evaluate health and messaging before they face the New York Jets on November 9th. That break is convenient and necessary. It gives medical staff extra rehab time, gives coaches a chance to plan without forced roster drama under the bright lights, and gives the player in question time to recover and reset the public narrative. But it's also a reset button the team didn't exactly ask for in the middle of a 2-6 skid. Reuters longer term. The episode raises 3 big questions. 1. How will the Browns calibrate trust between player and staff when their interests appear at odds? 2. How will the organization manage a rookie with outsized expectations, especially if he publicly tells reporters the decision wasn't his? And 3. What does this do to the QB pecking order if Gabriel continues to struggle? Does the team pivot to Zappe, wait on Sanders, or let time ride? Whatever they choose will signal whether Cleveland is building around a young talent or protecting short-term stability. Dog Pound Daily. There's also an emotional element. Sanders carrying the voice of "it wasn't my decision" humanizes the moment. Fans see a young player who feels ready and is angry about being sidelined. That can rally a fan base or erode trust in the team's internal process. From a storytelling angle, you can't script better drama. The prodigy benched while his head coach dodges a definitive answer. The veteran starter struggling under pressure, the team entering a bye with more questions than answers. It's a TV-ready conflict. Newsweek, here's the practical takeaway for watchers and bettors and steady follow fans. Watch Wednesday's practice report and the bye week timeline. That will tell you whether this was a conservative, medical-minded decision or the start of a deeper narrative where the front office tampers expectations to protect a developmental timeline. If Shedeur comes back firing, tonight's heat will cool into a motivational chapter. If he lingers on the report and Gabriel continues to sputter, the Browns will have to answer whether patience is a virtue or a stall tactic. Reuters' final image, a rookie QB in street clothes, arms folded, promising, "I guarantee I'm going to be good." That's a vow that can either crack under the weight of lost reps and critique or harden into a comeback script. For now, it's our teaser, a line that sets the scene for a story Cleveland fans will argue about until the next whistle blows. Keep an eye on the medical updates and on Shedeur's next chance to make good on that guarantee. Newsweek. You think the drama in Cleveland was over once Joe Flacco got traded? Think again, because now the storyline is Shedeur Sanders standing in the locker room, flatly saying it wasn't my decision to sit out, and reminding everyone he's going to be fine. Newsweek. Here's the short version. Sanders got bumped onto the injury report with a back issue Saturday. The Browns elevated Bailey Zappe from the practice squad as the backup, and on game day, Shedeur did a pregame workout that reporters said looked okay, yet the team chose to list him inactive for the 32-13 loss in New England. Sanders told reporters afterward he didn't choose to sit and that he guaranteed I'm going to be good. NBC Sports. Let's unpack why that small sequence of events feels enormous. First, there's optics and momentum. Shedeur is not some anonymous rookie. He's Deion Sanders' son, a high-profile fifth-round pick who's been the subject of nonstop debate since Cleveland drafted him. The fan base and national chatter have treated him like a potential lightning rod. If he plays well, he's a savior. If he struggles, the narrative flips to too soon. That kind of heat makes any decision to sit him feel personal, not purely medical. Athlonsports.com. Second, the medical story and the coaching story aren't lining up in public. Cleveland staff said they didn't feel he was ready to play after the pregame warm-up, which is a defensible, conservative football move. Teams absolutely can protect a rookie's development and long-term health. But when a player visibly participates in a workout and then publicly says he didn't choose to sit, the message to the locker room and to fans is muddled. Who called the shots and why? That ambiguity breeds suspicion and fuels media cycles. Newsweek. Third, development and reps matter. Reports before the game noted Sanders still hadn't been getting consistent first-team reps in practice behind Dillon Gabriel, which blunts the argument that he's being kept out purely to shield him from exposure. If a rookie isn't ready because of scheme familiarity or prep, then not playing makes sense. If he's healthy and prepared, benching him looks like a statement about trust and opportunity. Either way, it's a coaching decision with consequences. Athlonsports.com. Now take a step back and consider the game context.